Hey guys, what is going on? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, bringing you a review of episodes 1 and 2 of the new season of Walking Dead, A New Frontier. That is kind of strange to say. Usually you would say season 2 or season 3, and this should be season 3, but they're calling it A New Frontier, and the subtitle will make sense sometime in the second episode. You will understand why they've chosen it. You play in this one Javier, right? So they decided to switch main characters. First season you played as Lee, second season you played as Clementine, and third season you play as Javier. Now, for all you Clementine lovers out there, and I do enjoy her character quite a bit, she is in the episode, so fret not. But let's just learn more about what is going to happen in the season. So for starters, you can import your save if you still have them from the 360 or on your Xbox One, or you can start like they will pick things for you, like a default character from things that happen in season 1, season 2, or you can actually create your own story. So which is I did, like, because I didn't have my saves, or you know what, I actually did have my saves, but I actually wanted to use this create a story thing because I wanted a refresher of what happened in season 1 and season 2. So I recommend using that because it was a nice little tool, gave a nice little refresher. You'll get like this comic book style moments where you pick like, oh, you know, what happened at the end of Walking Dead, season 1, and I don't really want to spoil it for anybody, but you pick and choose things that happen along, you know, were you with Kenny, were you with Jane, things like that, and you choose it, and then it builds, like how Clementine is in this game. But she's kind of less important right now in the first 2 episodes, and it's because Javier and his family, his problems, and all of his struggles are forefront. He's the new main character. They started off in the past, right when the outbreak kind of happens, and then they flash forward to the present, where you're riding in a van with your sister-in-law and her 2 stepsons, or stepson and stepdaughter, and it goes from there in your typical Telltale fashion. Witty dialogue, quick choices. There's barely any gameplay, even less gameplay than the last series I played, which was the Batman Telltale series, which I did a review of that recently. You can check that out. There's a lot of action in it as well, of course, because they do intersperse a lot of the character moments with action because they don't want to get people to get bored. And I'm going to say this up front. I found episode 1 to be a tad on the boring side, to be honest with you, when I was playing it. I wasn't feeling Javier, I wasn't feeling any of the other characters in the game, and maybe that's on me, because like you spend so long with Clementine from the past 2 games, and they try to introduce these new characters like out of the gate, like boom, you're Javier, and here's his problems, but it's like, I don't really care about Javier. I don't really care about what he's been through. I've been with Clementine for the past 2 seasons. I care about her. I care about her struggles. I care about what she's feeling. So, because of that, and they're trying to build up these new characters in season 1, or episode 1, I just found it a tad boring. It does pick up towards the end. There are some shocking things that happen that I'm not going to spoil, but I was like, God damn! Walking Dead is back. There are some impactful things that help shape the story. And going into episode 2, like, as soon as episode 1 finished, I was like, I need to see what happens in episode 2. So that is a good sign of storytelling and things like that. Like, I went from being bored with the episode to immediately wanting to play the next. Now, fret not, people that love Clementine. She is in the game. You do run into her, and she is part of your group, at least for a little bit. And when you first meet her, I gotta say, and I'll have a clip coming up of her here in a minute, she is quite the little badass. She's on her own. She doesn't trust anybody. She's, taking everything Lee's taught her, or your version of Lee, and Kenny taught her to heart. and she's out there like trying to survive on her own. She doesn't trust anybody, and it was a little off-putting at first. Like, you're thinking like, man, like she's becoming the the little girl, the tough girl that you thought you would. And as you can see here in the clip, the thing is, she doesn't have AJ, which is the baby that she was taking care of at the end of season 2. So this is where they actually use flashbacks. I said you do play as Clementine, but she's not the main character. The times you do get to play as Clementine is flashbacks, where she does have AJ. So they're using that as a storytelling device. What happened in between, the time with Clementine, where you meet her right now in the present compared to, what she was doing in the past. So it's interesting because I'm wondering myself, she doesn't have AJ right now. I'm thinking like, where the heck is AJ? What happened to him? What happened to, because in my game she left with Kenny. Like she in the fight with Kenny and Jane, she sided with Kenny. They went to Wellington and then they left. And at the start of this game, when you meet Clementine, she's by herself, so there's no Kenny and there's no AJ. So of course my mind is racing to the possibilities of what happened to Kenny and what happened to AJ. So I'm really interested in seeing how the flashbacks pan out with Clementine. But it's nice to have her back, to be honest with you. Like, Clementine's a great character, and we've experienced a lot with her in the previous 2 seasons of Walking Dead. So it's nice to have that focal point. But it seems like they're going for this Walking Dead, this new season, as a new way to get new people that haven't experienced Walking Dead into the fold. That's why I think they've introduced this new character, Javier, and what he's going through and things like that, because maybe having Clementine be the main character for season 3, it would have just put off people who maybe didn't play season 1 and season 2. And maybe that's why they're not even calling it season 3. It's just a Walking Dead, a new frontier. So maybe they're hoping new people pick the game up. But I mean, it's the same as it's always been. It's basically an interactive movie interspersed with moments of killing zombies and things like that. Episode 2, I will say, is a lot better than episode 1. It's more action-packed. There's a lot of things going on. More shocking moments. The cliffhanger they leave you on is pretty good. And I went from not really being interested in The Walking Dead: A New Frontier to now I'm kind of like, all right, I see what you're doing there, Telltale. I see what you're doing. I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the rest of the season. And it is kind of strange that they gave us 2 episodes, both of them. They're called The Ties That Bind, episode 1 and episode 2. They said it was so big that they added 2 episodes. And I think that's good. I think that's really good, because while episode 1 is on the boring side, it did get good towards the end. Episode 2 is much better, and it ends in a better fashion than episode 1 did. So I think they're on the right track, and I'm excited to see where the season goes. The three episodes left to see where it all, what happened to AJ, what happened to Kenny, what happened to even some of the people in Javier's past, because they do flashback to that as well. So they're starting to use that as a storytelling device. I'm interested. I like what Telltale's doing with this, and it's got my interest peaked. So I can't wait to see what the rest of the season has in hold. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. Consider subbing to the channel. Check out the description of the video. You can follow me on Xbox Live, follow me on Twitter, follow the TXR podcast, which we did a new episode of TXR last night. You can check that out on the podcast channel. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you later.